Hey there. Got anybody who's influenced you in a particular way recently? I'm giving a shout out to Andrew Davis, who wrote a book called Brandscaping. About a year and a half ago, I read it and then reread it because I loved his attitude, his approach to looking at the landscape of brands, looking at all of the different companies that surround a client's particular need, and then finding a way to collaborate with them, right? His attitude, like the whole rising, the rising tide raises all ships, right? Well, he had this one line in one of the chapters, and it had to do with your content strategy with your blog. And it was very simple. It was, what if your brand or your blog was a Netflix for your brand, right? And I loved that. It gave me a visual for how to see, how to make sense of and make interesting things like user-generated content and case studies and reviews and testimonials and updates and activities and stories. All of that comes together under this one idea. What if your blog was a Netflix for your brand? What if you were not just a plumber? What if you were a completely unique kind of plumber, right? Trying to do more than just be the #1 plumber in your area. What if you're trying to create a media company of stories around what you do in a way that showcases not just you and why you're interesting and why you believe you're in business and so on, but also all of the amazing stories and people that you're interacting with and how they are buying into your service and buying into you and so on. So creating a Netflix for your brand, I loved that. And I loved his, it's like out of the box thinking, but it's what's it called? Like cross discipline, right? Where you're taking inspiration from one area and you're transmitting it to, another area. I love Netflix. I love, binge watching shows and just downloading, stories. I can't get enough of it. And I know I'm not alone because what is it? Netflix accounts for like almost half of internet traffic in the evening hours. So creating a template for engaging people and then doing it again and again and again around your brand is an incredibly valuable way to be creating content that people actually, giving them an opportunity to actually engage with it. The other, hugely valuable thing with that is when someone visits your blog, not only are they knowing that they're getting stories, kind of like getting a new episode every week of this extremely unique company because nobody else is operating this way, but they're seeing themselves. They're seeing themselves using your product on your website instead of visiting your website, whatever your business or your brand is, and it's all about here's us and here's how we're amazing and so on, which I'm sure you are. But what if they saw themselves, people like them, other people, within their circumstances or their life situations, using your product, right? What if your case studies were not just, case studies, which can sound so boring? What if they were client showcases? What if it was a Netflix? What if it was season 1 of life with your brand, something like that? Anyway, Andrew Davis has been a fantastic influencer for me, and if you're not already following him, head on over and check him out. I will drop a link to him in the comments. He's got an amazing series called Loyalty Loop, which is what, especially small businesses who are wildly passionate about what they're doing thrive on and need is loyalty, right? Not just one-off sales and so on. You want people coming back. You want people in love with what you're doing. You want them to emotionally connect really quickly with what's valuable about you. And then you want them to talk about it and share it on social and refer you and so on, right? I think that's the answer. And that's what has fascinated me. Just reading that one book, and seeing that one little line, 7 words long, has just reoriented my career. How about you? Anything that you've read, maybe a while back, a shout out to somebody, something that they said that has been a huge source of influence on you? Please go ahead and drop it in the comments. I would love to see what's been your influence.